All right, we made it to the top of Sassafras Mountain, 3,500 feet. We have a little observation tower up here. Hi, Lacey. Hi, Lacey. Oh. Whew. Not too bad of a morning. Let's see, there's where my trail goes. Very beautiful. Ooh. Well, we've made it to the part where you hike along Laurel Fork Creek. And we've got Virginia Hawkins. Oh, hi, Lacey. Oh, that was a little deeper than you expected. We have Virginia Hawkins waterfall up ahead. It's gonna wrap us up for day 2 here at Virginia Hawkins campsite. Here it is set up. I don't know if I got a video of it set up, but looking good, and got the bear bag hung back behind it. So Lacey is barely keeping her eyes open. Every time I walk by the hammock and tarp, she's ready to go. Lacey is ready for bed. Well, I just have to record this because it's the cutest thing. Lacey just stuck her head out of the hammock where she could see, and there's like a bajillion fireflies, which of course you can't see on the camera. And she has never seen a firefly in her life. Oh, good Lord, I think she wants to chase every one of them. Good morning, day 3. Out on the trail. Kind of a late start. Set the alarm for like 6:30 and woke up at 8:30. So the goal right now is we're going to get to Lake Jocassee, which is a pretty lake. Maybe stop there and dip the feet in, and then see where the day takes us. There's a lot of little sections like these little stairs that are steeper than the stairs in your house, and you really just gotta watch your footing. Been hiking with a dude named Artie, and he's killing it. And you know, seen a few other people, but not a lot. Getting back down to the lake, so far it seems like you get to the lake and you go up big ridges, and then you get back down to the lake, and I think that's going to continue probably until I'm done with 2 rivers, so, and probably forever, but anyways, enjoying it still. Wow, a little bit of bounce on this thing. All right, quick update from the trail. It is day 4, and it's been pretty nice. Not a lot of like big up and downs, but a lot of smaller ones, and we're in the middle of one right now, so just stopping to take a break, catch my breath. You know, I want you to know this isn't all easy cherry pie and ice cream. But we've got Whitewater Falls coming up, and Lacey is anxious to catch up with our trail buddy here. She's getting a little whiny about it. All right, Lacey, what are you gonna do? Up and over or under? I would have guessed wrong. Lacey, how you gonna handle this one? Looks pretty tall. Might need a boost. I can help you. Come on. Yep. Hey. Look at you. You're like a movie star. Alright! Doesn't even look bad from this angle. Are you going down this way where I'm at, or are you going that way?
Probably so. I don't know what's on the other side there.
Alright, this is Upper Whitewater Falls. One of the highest ones in the east, I believe, if not the highest. So you think there can't be more? It just keeps going. Wow. I just got up to the top here at Whitewater Falls parking area and turned on my cell and got about 50 messages. And one was from my wife saying that she was okay. There's been a mass shooting. Lacey, it's Mama. This is show off a little bit, I guess. We're gonna get ourselves all choked up. All right, getting back on trail here at near the Upper Whitewater trailhead, and yeah, good to be back out. 50 degrees this morning. Got an early start from Charlotte. Had a nice Waffle House breakfast this morning near the Big Peach in Gaffney, and yeah, back on trail. Good stuff. Alright, well, quick update from the trail. Heading toward Burles Ford. Probably stop and have lunch there. A little bit of later lunch, but making, like I say, making pretty good time. I don't know if I'm doing 3 miles an hour or what, but cruising right along. Forest is beautiful. Loving it. King Creek Falls. All right, Big Bend Falls coming up. Haven't seen that in Lick Log. That is some mashed potatoes. Grilled bacon. And secret ingredient is the red pepper flakes. We're here on Sandy Beach Corner. Love it. All right, let's have a MTV crib showing here. Got the Blackbird. Got one thing tied out here. Very nice. A Wilderness Logic 40 degree on the quilt. And gear 20. The pack over there. No tarp tonight. Got a nice little river. The bear bag hung. Had to hang it between this tree and that tree. Probably a good 10 feet. And probably close to 10 feet away from the tree too. So realized that I've been wearing long sock on one foot and short sock on the other. Number two, I had the bear rope tossed over a tree limb and it got hung up last night or this morning. So I had to cut off like 10 feet of that. So now I have a 40-foot bear rope. Should be fine. And the third thing is I just realized last night that I left my iPhone charging cable at home. So I guess I need to get a dedicated one of those because I know it's just sitting there by my bedside. Anyway, so probably not much of a report today because I'm only at 14% battery and I've got a day and a half to get to Clayton, Georgia, where I can get a Walmart and replace it. But I did want to announce that I made it to the Bartram Trail. Just starting off, just crossed over Russell Bridge. Got to go by Pigpen Falls this morning. Maybe I'll show a picture of that. And then also Licklog Falls trail goes by that. So that was pretty. And today is just more hiking along the Chattooga River. All right, that is Dix Creek Falls. Using the last of my battery here. A beautiful area on the Chattooga. It'll be a fun raft around there. All right, I think this is Martin Creek Falls. All right, well, I decided to stop today at Martin Creek campsites, which isn't too far from the road. I'm gonna sit here on this lovely stool, which isn't too far from the road crossing, War Woman Dell and the road crossing there. So quick update. So today I went into Clayton and did a little bit of a resupply and also got a charging cable, so I'm able to video again. And also kind of keep my wife up to date and family on just where I'm at. So that took some time, and there was some road walking. So at War Woman Dell, the road's one of those curvy ones, you know, it's like 20 miles an hour. And so there was no pulling off spot, so I had to just keep walking until I could find a spot where somebody could stop. And then somebody did, a guy that just got a load of hay for his sheep, picked me up and actually dropped me off at the Walmart. Which was nice. So then I did some shopping there and ate a Subway, which was quite tasty, and drank some pop. And then getting a ride back was a little bit more difficult. I had to walk probably a couple miles on the road, and of course it was 80 and kind of could feel that, not summer Georgia heat, but you could feel a little bit of that today. See all my gear laid out there, just drying out a little bit, nothing's too wet. And then a nice little spot here, lots of trees. One thing I will mention about the Bartram Trail is it has been well blazed. I haven't had really any, my phone wasn't working, so I couldn't really check to see where my status was for the most part, except for I did a couple times, but there are yellow blazes like these all over the trail. I do have a hiking stick that I have grabbed from the ground. Seems like everybody I pass is telling me about the snakes. And I saw a guy day hiking the other day with gators, and I thought, I wonder if those are like snake gators, like you need certain gear out here. It makes you happier getting water when you're running a little bit low. My first snake. not too big. There he goes. Oh, that was nice. I might have to get another stick. I left my old stick at the, I don't know, someplace. I set it down. Hey, little guy. All right, here we go. This is what it's all about right here. Oh. I'll have to get my Peak Finder app and figure out what some of these peaks are. Pretty close. I'm sure that I'm looking at some of the North Carolina border over that way. I'm not too far from that. Just wow. Nice little bench up here. Very, very cool. Well, I've just been hanging out up here for about a half hour. There's a storm just rolling through the north of us. And it's just awesome being able to see all the mountains. At least according to my Peak Finder app, you can see Mount Hardy out that way. Rough Butt Bald, I think, is another one. And just panning around, I mean, you could see the ridge line for the Smokies. Well, going into the Smokies, I should say, anyways, just over there. So very, very cool. It's kind of neat to be able to just see all the places that you're potentially going to be hiking. And there's that rainstorm just north of us. Hopefully it's not swinging my way. Otherwise, I may have to see what's built underneath this platform. Kind of looks like it's coming my way. I can hear thunder too. Had dinner, got the camp chores done, water. I just want to show you a quick little bit about camp. One of the nice things about hammocking is you don't necessarily have to have a flat spot. I'm just near a creek. Didn't really see any other spots, so I just made one. Not too bad, not too bad. Looking forward to getting some sleep. A backpack with a bunch of stuff, and over there's the bear bag. Good morning to day number 9 here in northern Georgia for a little bit more. Mr. Pig won't get off the trail. Got my trusty club here. Come on! Go! Be nice to have some rocks. Well, I made it to the top of White Rock Mountain. And their views are lovely. That over there is Scaly Mountain, which I was on earlier today. That in the far distance is Raybun. You can just swing around here. To beautiful morning, overcast. I think yesterday said the high in Clayton anyway was 90, so probably a little bit higher up elevation than Clayton, but it was pretty warm and pretty humid. So I'll take overcast and cool. Nothing like being motivated to pack up in the morning when you feel like it might start raining. You're like, I don't want to be packing up wet stuff. So hello, birds. All of a sudden in the middle of the trail. How in the world? School bus stop. Isn't that something? Macon County. I did stop and put on some the bottoms of my pants because you can see the trail's pretty overgrown. Probably doesn't get a lot of foot traffic. Really, since I dropped elevation, it's kind of gotten more like this. All right, finishing up, and the rain is just starting. As I guessed, there's no parking here. This just kind of ends at bottom of somebody's driveway, so I assume that's why people park at the Buckeye Creek area. My wife's gonna pick me up. She's about an hour out, so I may try to actually get into Franklin, which will just reduce some of our drive time back. So nice little stretch too. Hello, family. Well, so I'm back on the Appalachian Trail, starting at the Winding Stair Gap. I got a shuttle that took me up from Franklin to Winding Stair Gap, and wanted to hike this part. Thought about just going up the Bartram Trail, but two things. One, I heard it's a pretty good climb, which in itself isn't that bad, but there's only like one water source on the whole thing. This is very cool. Been looking forward to being up on here for quite some time. Seen a lot of videos from Wyabald. Then you've got Albert Mountain, Standing Indian over that way. Turn around look the other direction. Look over into the Smokies. I'll zoom in here. And very far back is supposedly Klingman's Dome in that area. Like I say, it's a little bit overcast today, so tough to see, but wow, beautiful. Nice little breeze, probably 60s and 80s today. No rain. They called for maybe some thunderstorms, but so far, so good. And we got even another direction. We've got more views even this way. Water Rock Knob out that way. Mount Hardy, should be going by that. And now heading toward Cold Spring Shelter, where I think that'll be where I stop. That'll give me 16 for today. Let's see, so far on trail I've seen, not just today, but all the time out here, 3 snakes. I saw my 3rd snake today. The last 2 snakes I kind of saw like mid-stride as I was like stepping over them, so thankfully nothing bad happened. I saw 2 elk on the way here this morning, so that was cool, just along the Blue Ridge Parkway. Along the Mountain Sea Trail, really, but I wasn't on it at that point. 2 turkeys. Those were near the Visitor Center in the Smokies. And then let's see, we saw the pig, and I think I saw a turkey on trail as well. So that's been pretty good, not too bad. Hopefully there's some other animal besides snakes, though, that take the top spot, because I'm just not real thrilled about the snakes. Good morning from day 12 here on the trail. Got up at about 10 after 7 this morning, and it's probably taken me about 20 minutes to pack up and get on the trail. So by 7, let's say 40, 7:35, I'm usually walking. That means that I'm having something to eat on the trail, which is usually either some kind of bar, or this morning I had some trail mix. Not that it feels like a rush to me. I was gonna actually try to get up a little bit earlier, but slept in a little, so. Which is fine. I got plenty of hours in the day. That's the beauty of hiking in the summer, when the sun's really long. Slept at the Cold Springs campsite last night. That was really nice. Water nearby. There's a shelter just a few hundred feet away. Heard some folks down at the shelter, but I didn't see anybody. So that was cool. And this morning I've gone past Rocky Bald. I opted not to climb up that since I'll have a pretty long day. And next up is Wesser Bald. So really looking forward to that. Ooh, baby. We go way down into the valley, dropping like 2,500 feet. Cross an Nantahala, which goes between us and that far ridge line. And then we won't quite make it to Chiabald, which is right there. I think we'll probably be back in that gap someplace. So I'm guessing that's maybe 12 miles still to go today. So that's kind of cool to be able to see it in front of us. It's hard not to get sucked into the Nantahala Center. Did a little bit of damage there. Had a burger, fries, Coke, and a beer. Whew. And now headed up to, at least towards Sassafras Gap. Although I may stop at one of the springs along the way if I'm not feeling like doing the full 7 miles. Oh, taking a little break here on the trail, climbing up to Sassafras Gap. The chafing was just like, went from a, I don't know, I didn't even notice it before that, to like an 8 out of 10. Usually I get a little bit of a warning and I can kind of proactively deal with it, but kind of slowing my roll here climbing up this hill. So new plan is to see if I can't get up to at least one of these water sources and then camp overnight. Usually if I just get a night's sleep in with it, put some body glide on or whatever, then I'm good. But yeah, a little bit more of a struggle. I thought I'd be dealing with the heat and the uphill, and throw in the chafing. It's a little bit of a grind going up this hill. So good morning from the trail, day 13. Up and on the trail by 7, pretty good. So last night I shut down because of the chafing a little earlier, so I did not make it up to Sassafras Gap. I think I'm probably 4 miles shy of that. So that's what I'm hiking up this morning. Had a nice evening last night. I was joined by 5 or 6 other thru hikers. JR, Alex, Nate, Irene, Elena, and Summer. So that was really cool. Yeah, they all stopped at the NOC, and we all kind of ended up at the same spot, I think, after enjoying some hamburgers at the NOC yesterday. So I gotta say, the FOMO was pretty high, me being the lone non-thru hiker. I was telling my wife, especially since I'm like doing the mileage that you could do for a thru hike as far as like per day. Today's plan is to get to, I think, Cable Gap Shelter, which is 19 and change. Make up a little bit for yesterday, which I think ended up being a 14-mile day instead of 18. And then that should hopefully set me up nicely for Fontana. I've got a resupply box and unfortunately my sleeping pad. Unfortunately, because I don't get to use my hammock in the Smokies, but I do get a sleeping pad at the Fontana Village. So Chiabald. Kind of sunny over there, but that's the ridge line with Wesser, I think, over, can't even see my finger, over that way. Seiler, etc. Raybun. Whew. Nice little view. It's good to have that climb behind me. 5.5 miles this morning. That was a bear. I guess in retrospect, I'm glad that I kind of split it up with part of it yesterday and then part of it today. So it's all downhill from here. I stopped at before Stokoe Gap and had some lunch. Met a couple of other hikers, just out kind of doing from the NOC to Fontana. And I hadn't looked ahead too much and just realized I think I climbed Jacob's Ladder. And if that wasn't Jacob's Ladder, whew, baby. It was straight up. It's so humid and whatnot. I've got a password protection on my screen, so you got to enter a code. I had to like wipe off my screen in my hands because I couldn't even do it because I'm just so moist. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Still trying to get to Cable Gap Shelter, which it's the Stokoe was 8 and change still to go. Should be less than that now, and hopefully a little less steep terrain from here. Good morning, day 14. 7 a.m. but on the trail for an hour. It's pretty good for me. Hung out last night at the shelter with Tree Man and bobsled. A couple through hikers. I say there's probably like 8 to 10 people at that shelter last night, so good time. Whew. Starting uphill, so I'll let you go. Well, I'm taking a shortcut, and I don't know if it's worth it. You can take this trail, and at least it looks like dropping to the top of Fontana Village. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Well, after hanging out at Fontana Village today for most of the day, or at least a good half the day, I've made it over to the Fontana Hilton, one of the biggest shelters on the AT. Got all these nice benches. It's a double-sided shelter. Huge. Very nice. So just been kind of, I don't know, maybe 7 miles today. Something like that. Getting ready to cook some food. It's nice we got a water source here. And at least some view of the lake out there. Probably just gonna chill out tonight. I don't know if I may get an early start. Got a big climb tomorrow, so probably the earlier the better, just because of the temperatures. So a little anxious about it, but I'm sure it'll be just fine. All right, good morning, day 15. Coming up here on Fontana Dam. I was kind of thinking this morning I'd get a crack of dawn, maybe hike in the dark start, but didn't fall asleep as early as I wanted to, so I just turned off the alarm and woke up naturally at 7:15. So, and now it's 8:35, so not a quick start either. But I've been trying to hydrate because I think today's gonna be pretty hot and dry as I climb up to Shuckstack Lookout Tower and further beyond, I think Molly's Ridge. Well, I think the Fontana Dam, if I read this correctly, is the highest in the east. So it'd be kind of cool to walk across that and see what it looks like. All right, wish me luck. I'm a little bit anxious about going into the Smokies. I think I got about 60 miles left to get to the car, which is at a visitor center over by Cherokee. So yeah, looking forward to it. Pack's a little heavy from all the resupply food, and yeah, but also looking forward to some of the views and just seeing everything up there. Now here's the view from the top. Have a little overlook of the dam. Yeah, you walk right across the top of that baby. It is a long ways down there. I have to look up later how high this is, but there's the spillway. Up here is Shuckstack Mountain. Pretty sure you can see the fire tower look up there. Of course, my iPhone camera sucks at zooming, but maybe you'll see it. Well, I climbed up Shuckstack Tower, and wow, what a view. That is Klingman's Dome way in the distance. Can't see my finger. I'm looking down to Fontana Lake. I'm about ready to get to Molly's Ridge, which is one of the shelters, one of the first shelters actually, coming up from Fontana Dam. I was a little bit worried about the water situation, but nicely I've had overcast skies today, so that's really helped kind of keep the heat down. Welcome to day 16. Just up past Spence Field Shelter, heading up to Rocky Top. We're pretty up here. Spent the night at Molly's Ridge last night. Hung out with, let's see, a couple new hikers that I've met. Tortoise and Hare, and JR showed up again, and Randy, who I tried to tag with the name Shackleton, because he carries enough food to win her over, I think, sometimes. At least he started that way. I made it to the top of Rocky Top. Beautiful views up here. What a beautiful day. It's a little bit overcast and not quite as warm as it has been, so that's nice. I'm closing in on Siler Bald. I don't know if I got a mile to go or something like that. So got that shelter coming up, and then one after it. I'll probably stop up here and take a little bit of a break.
But it would not. Like for a solid 10 minutes, it was just like again and again, like ear back, like trying to charge a snowmobile.
This is campsite 57 along Deep Creek. Beautiful campsite. There's actually a few other areas as well that you can camp. So I didn't film much yesterday. We did go up and go across Klingman's Dome. We being, let's see, Teeter, Pots and Pans, and Chickadee, who were through hiking the AT. And then after that, hiked a little bit further until I got to the MST junction, and then came down that. There's like a long 5-mile hike down to Deep Creek, which was good. And then once I got to Deep Creek, you cross the creek, I stopped and had lunch there. And you pass like 4 different campsites coming up here. So I've gone through here before, and this 57 is really nice. And today we've got the climb up Newton Bald, which is, I think, pretty much, if you picture today, it's like 7 miles up to Newton, and then 7 miles down to Oconaluftee, I hope I'm saying that right, Visitor Center, where my car's parked. I'm hiking out Mingus Creek. I'm excited. I'm finishing up 250 miles when I get out here. I think that's 60 on the Foothills Trail, 70-ish on the Bartram, and let's say 100 on the AT, close to 100 anyways, and then maybe 20 on the MST now. So yeah, pretty exciting. Excited to get some real food. Ooh, I hear cars. I must really be getting close. Alright, well, I'm gonna sign off. And man, if you've been watching this long, thanks for watching. You must be related to me. Hi Mom, hi Dad. Thanks for watching. It'll be good to get home, see my wife, who really allows me to do this and is a saint. and talk to my 2 daughters on the phone as well too. So, all right, thanks. Ooh, baby. I even see my car over there. That's a sweet, sweet sight.